GM fam, we are live with your host Phil X Contreras, where we talk about NFTs, the drama, the love, and the vibes. I will talk about the secondary market as well at the end. And also, this is not financial advice, just entertainment about how much I like cartoon JPEGs. Okay, so the first thing let's talk about is Frank DeGods. My man Frank has been in some trouble lately. So he's been hate right now with a lot of soul guys on Twitter. And yes, Twitter is something that, definitely they really take their Solana stuff seriously. But he's been right now on hate about his collection because the main reason is he's bringing DeGods to Ethereum. You call it DeGods 3. Some would say it's like a bridge for Solana to Ethereum, and there's a lot of money on Ethereum, so I do think we will probably see a huge valuation jump if they do move to Ethereum. DeGods to ETH will be an interesting move overall for Solana. The main reason is liquidity. There's a lot of liquidity in Ethereum. The market cap is like above like 150 billion or whatever. So, and Solana is still like in 5 billion. So I hope the main thing is that Frank is not trying to run away from hate, because if he is trying to escape from hate, the bigger you get, the more hate you will receive. That's growth, and on Ethereum, there's a lot more people there. And oddly enough, though, the collection has risen in value ever since the hate started. But just to show you what DeGods is doing right now, DeGods is creating this thing called DeGods 3. So one would think it's probably an art upgrade from the Deadgods. So when the DeGods came out, it was more like a glowy type of art. And then the Deadgods came in, which was Deadgods number 2, which was this right here. When this came out, it was basically like the second, some would say like the second year of the DeGods team, 2022. DeGods 3 would be the next year. So what Frank basically said on one of the podcasts is that every year they will try to upgrade their DeGods. So on this move, it looks like it's going to be going in Ethereum as the 3rd version, and then maybe the 4th version, something else will pop out, but we don't know. So overall, interesting. GM Costa, what's going on, man? And on other news, we have some things going on in Magic Eden. Magic Eden basically announced that they might have some social and personalized features coming up. Collection news, user-to-user communication, customizable homepages. Maybe. So this could be like the Facebook of NFTs. This could be like the Instagram of NFTs. Maybe a little bit of Snapchat filters here and there. We don't know. But this seems like another interesting move by Magic Eden. And I think this will be great overall. So if I want to buy something and I don't like the bidder's placement, I could probably finally text him like, hey, can you raise that price up a little bit? And he'll be like, sure. That's the kind of things that you kind of want because it moves the transactions a lot faster. Sometimes you get bids and you have to decline it, and hopefully they get the sense that you want to actually have a more better price. So we'll see where this goes. I would think this is probably turning into a social media platform in some sense with trading. So it'll be cool to see how this plays out. Overall, next thing is the DeCalls. The DeCalls is coming out. This is from Yawww. Yawww has a lot of controversy. If you watched our Value Vibes podcast, you saw that there was a lot of beef between all of us about Yawww and what they created, because technically they were like scientists that created a monster. And I don't know if they really saw what they created, but they basically made the 0% creator royalty drama. And they are finally coming out with an options trading platform where you can actually put options in, like here, buy for 3, sold, right to buy ABC, 57 strike, profit starts above 60. So it's interesting how this option trading is going to play out, especially on NFTs. And am I going to do it? I'm not. I tried to do options on stock and I was not great at it. I am more of a long-term swing trader type of investor trader. So that's my style. That's what I stick with. There are a lot of people good at options. So I can't wait to see what type of option NFT people they're going to come out of this new type of play. And NFTs are evolving. They're evolving into a different type of asset class. You can see here, before it was just typical trading, and then it evolved into AMMs with liquidity pools that brought a whole different system of traders and investors into this whole game. Now we have options. So now these big boys are going to come in with option trading, and God knows what they're going to do in NFTs. So that's going to be another route. And then you're going to have shorting, which is going to come out with the sushi the product. And that one is going to be another level of trading on NFTs. So it's definitely evolving into something that I thought I was going to see in a farther future, but it's coming in 2022 and in the beginning of 2023. So in order to get part of Yawww, you actually had to apply for application. If you watched my live video, we talked about this. I even put my application during that time frame. Maybe if you did as well, that was probably a good move, because they definitely accepted a lot of people in their doom list. So here in the doom list, they will basically say that you have been accepted, yada yada. Some friends of mine have been accepted. So another great product that I think is going to do well. Now, Metaplex is something else that I definitely want to talk about. Metaplex has finally created a way of artists keeping their royalties. Now, what did they do? They created this new way, this new protocol to where you can actually have people pay the royalties through their marketplaces. So no longer does someone have the option to pay 5% or 0%. Now, for definite, this is going back to the creator. So overall, you already see projects like DeGods signing up. You have Yawww signing up. You have Claynosaurz. You have Monkey Babies Business. This is overall great news, because now artists want to come to Solana. If you remember back in May, June, we had so many great artists and projects on Solana coming out, and then the whole royalty thing happened with 0%, and then these artists started fleeing, and then we didn't see any more mints coming up. A lot because of this reason. But now we finally have something working, and I can't wait to see it grow and expand. All right, so in other news, some crazy news about Solana. This is what I love about Solana. Magic Eden came out with their magic box. We don't know what's in there, but Hyperspace put in that collection as a Hypersphere derivative. So if you don't know what that means, Hypersphere was a NFT that Hyperspace created as a test for creator royalties. And then Magic Eden came out with their product, let's say maybe like 4 weeks later, which was about 2 days ago. And Hyperspace put this thing as a Hypersphere derivative, which basically means it's just a degen NFT. So, the funny stuff that happens in Solana, man, just Web3 overall, crazy stuff. All right, so GM Nicholas, what's going on, man? What's happening? Much love to you guys. All right, so the next thing that I want to talk about is the secondary market. And the secondary market is pretty much my favorite topic, so let's get at it. All right, so on Hyperspace, we have an NFT market cap of 490 million. We have DeGods at number 1, already risen up to 384 Solana. We have Yawww at 156 Solana. Solana Monkey Business still up at 222. So it's looking good right now. And as you can see in my actual watch list here, we are still in the green with a lot of projects, which we'll get into soon. And there are a couple of projects finally coming into the red. All right, so overall, the volume in the 24 hours, we are seeing 185.59K on Solana. And Magic Eden has about, let's say, 90% right now. A little bit down from the last time we talked. And I include Coral Cube because, they're kind of like, they're the same family right now. So they're at 90%. Hadeswap has came back at 8%, which is pretty good news. I didn't expect that happening anytime soon, but here they are at 8%, which is great. They're still popping, and the daily mints right now is still average. It hasn't really gone down. It hasn't gone up. It's been average right now. Maybe a little bit slight bump up right here, but it's nothing that we could track yet to see where this is going. So this is something I'm definitely been watching to see how this plays out, especially with the creativity royalty news. So I'm going to closely keep an eye on that. So overall, we have some interesting news here. Soul Sniper has came out with this new type of product which I enjoy so far. We have this type of frame where you can actually see the market cap and floor changes of these NFT projects. And as you can see, the main thing here, the main big thing here is how much DeGods owns the market of Solana NFTs. Look at this. Utes right here, DeGods right here, and Tubes right here. Literally half of Solana NFT market cap. That is insane. That's mind-boggling. I mean, we're talking about a project that has half the market cap of Solana NFTs, which basically means that if they move to Ethereum, which they will, like it's everywhere now. Frank's even said it. This will be gone. So I'm curious on how the next projects will go. Who's going to be number one in Solana NFTs? I do think, the guy's still going to be a part of Solana NFTs, but, they're moving half their collection over there. So we got Solana Monkey Business, kind of like the next big deal here. And then we have Degen Apes, which, also kind of, very relevant 2021 OGs. And we have OK Bears, not that bad, but overall some projects here that are really debating on who is going to be number one on Solana, besides Utes and DeGods, who pretty much just reign all of Solana. So I really like this this right here. I'm going to be using this more often. You can definitely see a visual perspective on how these NFTs are growing. All right, so the secondary watch list of mine, this is what I look at every day. If you're new here, if you've been here a while, you already know what I do here. I am looking at the red. I'm not looking at the green. I look at the green to see, what's popping and what I have actually put money into. The red is why I try to buy in, and then when it goes into green, I typically sell it. Now, this is my short-term portfolio. I have a long-term of the DeGods, of the SMB, of an ABC, which I really don't touch. Those are just there that I'll probably keep for a very long time. I mean, the DeGods, I've been holding that for since February. Same thing with Solana Monkey Business, probably in December or January. So, ABCs. All right, this is one that I've been talking about for a while. I bought a lot of them down here. I bought a lot of them here. I think I bought about like 15 of them. Yeah, it was 15. And then it started going back up to about 50 Solana. When it hit up here, I decided to sell it. I said it on the live video at this point that when I sold it. And the main reason was because the Coral Cube AMM came out. When the Coral Cube AMM came out, that basically meant Magic Eden now is in the AMM Hadeswap target. They have declared war on Hadeswap. That's what happened. So when that happened, I immediately sold all 14 of them. I just kept one because now that one was kind of free for me since it was profit. So I kept one. I put it in my little vault, and then now the price is finally declining. And this is what I'm watching for. If it keeps declining, I'm going to slowly buy one and then probably another one. One probably below sub 35 and then another one probably at 32 or 30. And that's when I'm going to start slowly buying more and more and more ABCs, because the reason why I am buying ABCs is not because of Hadeswap. Hadeswap is a product that ABC owns, but I do think ABCs has a lot more potential than just that, because ABC is a decentralized NFT owned by the community, which means anyone can build on top of it. And I don't know what else is going to be built on top. That's why this is risky. But because this is something that HGSO made, HGSO is one of the biggest players in Ethereum. Some say that he probably has more money than Magic Eden. This guy is not going to give up on ABC. The other thing he said that this is just art, which I kind of believed him, and then I sold it at 2 SOL, and then this thing skyrocketed at 39 SOL. So even though he says art and community, I don't know, but overall, a lot of things I think are gonna happen with ABCs. The Hade token hasn't came out yet either, and that's the other thing that I want to play. I want to play the Hade token. I thought I was gonna be too late here, but obviously nothing has came out yet. So the longer we wait, the longer Hade token hasn't came out, the better my chances of getting in at this around 30 to 35, and even better when it goes lower. Because when the Hade token starts coming out, when the news start coming out, when the rumors start coming out, this thing will probably head back up above 45 to 50 SOL, and then I'll trade off from there. Now, keep in mind, I am keeping one because I love the whole project, and I do think in the long term, 2 or 3 years from now, having one will be beneficial. But that's just my opinion. But overall, I think this will be a good trade in the future. I'm definitely watching out for this, and that's under red right now, negative 22%. All right, so here's the big bummer right here. Brains and zombies. What the hell just happened? All right, so here's the first thing. What the hell? 25,000 NFTs. What the hell just happened? It went from 10,000 to 25,000. All right, so let me explain. That when that happened, this thing freaking bombarded downwards. Look at that freaking just fell down. It's sad. They screwed up. They screwed up big time. Somehow the faucet behind that code, there was a leak somewhere where someone was taking advantage and minting out I don't want to say millions of brains, but a lot of brains, and they basically halted it because they realized that freaking 25,000 came out. So they stopped everything. They said here a lot of challenges, nothing that can't be overcome. Rest assured, we'll swarm the world. Pretty much, I want to say that this is almost over. It was fun while it lasted, but they're gonna fix it. I think they're gonna do a lot better. But I don't know if I'm gonna play this again, because this was definitely a bummer, something that I did not see coming right here when it went back down to 10. There's nothing you can do with these 25,000. I don't know how they're gonna fix this up with this whole collection growing to 25K. Basically, this is what you call dilution. It diluted the whole product. So we'll see how this plays out. I still have my 4 zombies, so I'll just wait and play it out. All right, so something else I'm looking at is GM Nicholas. What's up, man? What's going on, my friend? How are you? All right, so Anybodies, we have this project finally coming down to 30 SOL. Something that I've been waiting at. Patience is my main thing. I love playing patience. I love the price coming to me. I don't like chasing the price. So finally, this is finally coming down from 44 Solana. This thing freaking hyped. I was pretty much amazed at how much it grew. It's finally back down to 29. I'm gonna keep waiting for this to go back probably below 24, and then I could potentially get in at some point. At that point, Toys R Us is still in its phase of doing its whole product launch. It is finally coming out, and Toys R Us is a project that people don't know how they're gonna play this out. We don't know if they're really gonna be like a Solana Degen NFT, or if they're gonna mint out and never speak to no one ever again. We don't know. We don't know how this is gonna play out. This is like a first we've seen like a big Web2 brand type of thing coming out into Solana. So it's gonna be pretty cool watching this. I mean, this is basically how they're gonna play this out. Addressing the giraffe in the room, a thread. We're excited to reveal a blueprint, 10,000 digital collection on Solana, based on Geoffrey the Giraffe. I remember seeing Geoffrey the Giraffe store in front of us when we were driving by it, but I never went inside it because we were poor. My mom never took me inside that store. So I remember, I think I went once with my uncle, and it was like the greatest thing in the world, and that was it. That's all I saw. But overall, this looks like it's all right. I don't know if this is what you call a roadmap, but it seems pretty cool. I mean, not bad. But again, we're finally seeing the hype dying down with this from Anybody's. And the thing I'm waiting on is the next thing that they're going to come out with. Okay. So Anybody's finally has this beautiful resume, a beautiful resume of Toys R Us on there. And they're going to present it to another Web2 brand. And they're probably going to have a big potential of gaining that brand's trust because they worked with Toys R Us. That is the big moment I'm waiting on. So if this comes down, I'm probably going to buy one, probably not two, because it's still, to me, Anybody's still too risky. Buy one and then wait for that news of this second brand, and then trade off from there. Something I'm not going to keep, but I do like to probably trade in anybody's experience. All right, so the next thing, and finally I'm able to talk a couple of things about these reds. Last week was a bummer, man. Like we had I think 10 reds, and there was really nothing to talk about. But finally there's some things finally coming down. Experiments. All right, so this one, man, I was talking about this a lot, probably 3 weeks ago when it started coming out. Everybody flooded this project on. I don't want to say everybody in Solana, but most big players, because they don't watch YouTube or Jersey. But when this man came out with the project, it was the worst time. It was literally at the moment of FTX, and this thing tanked. And I was so surprised that there was at 0.50 at $12. So there was $6 for an NFT. I was completely shocked, and I only bought 3. That's why I'm kind of pissed about, because I should have probably bought 10. This thing finally exploded, and it kept exploding. It went all the way up to 1.50. I sold one at 1.40. That was my 4th one. Remember, I think it was my 5th one. We talked 2 weeks ago. I think we sold it at 1 Solana or 1.2, somewhere there. But it's still holding off right now. I was hoping it would come back down to 0.50, 0.70, and it hasn't. I mean, let's be honest, it probably won't be. But if it does, if I do get that chance, if it does, I'm gonna buy 3 more, 5 more of them if it does come back down. Now, I'm thinking about probably buying 1 more if it does go to 0.80. At that point, I think I could probably sell off again at 1.20 or above, because Jersey is definitely building. I mean, a lot of people are surprised that he was coming out with SaaS products of pre-mint, post-mint type of projects. So this guy isn't just doing an NFT gamification; he's doing SaaS products. Now, overall, is this going to work in the long term? I don't know, because NFT projects, this is the thing about them. They all make the same type of product eventually. Even the greatest of the greatest, you have Magic Eden making this platform. Now you got Hyperspace. Now you have Elixir NFT. All these things, players coming out big with Magic Eden. Competition is there. So you have Jersey, who's building out these SaaS products, which will probably be disrupted. I mean, let's be honest. But what he has is a brand. He's got Jersey brand, and that's what I'm betting on, and that's what I'm playing. But I'm not gonna put all my eggs in that basket. I'm just gonna play small game with it. That's it. But yeah, that's pretty much it about experiments. Overall conclusion: I'm waiting for this to come back down. I got 3 left. I'm not selling 1 because Jersey is my boy. I started off on Solana with him. So and Easy Eats. All right, so. Another thing we got to go through is Liberty Square. All right, Liberty Square is another project that is also looking interesting. The only thing that I did say was I was going to buy at 0.6. It's still been leveled off here. It hasn't moved. I'm quite surprised it hasn't moved. These guys have been holding strong. They came out with their latest product, which was that Hollow NFT, which I personally did not like. I didn't really enjoy that product. A lot of people like it for some reason. They like the lore. I never liked it. I never enjoyed it. I'm not about that dark sense of lore. But hey, everyone has a different perspective. Some people like that. What do you call it? Crap, I don't even know. Marvel, and some people like DC Comics. So you pick one or the other. But I do think that this people who are behind this are amazing. They're great. They're in the Solana space. They know how to network. They're awesome. So this is something I'm still looking at. I'm still waiting on 6. If it hits 6, I'm probably gonna buy one. I'm not buying it here because it just seems like it's priced well. It just doesn't seem like it's something where I can buy. It doesn't seem cheap. That's basically it. It doesn't seem cheap right now. There's a lot of people are buying it here. I want to wait till here to where people don't want to buy. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm just waiting. But Sorcies is one that I've been buying around this level. I bought 2 of them. I was hoping it would go lower, but it's slowly going higher. This is another type of brand project, which is also risky because brands, some can pop off, some cannot. I don't typically like to make these type of plays. I typically like to make plays around projects building products. like actual legit Web 2 type of products on Solana. Like, you have let's see, what's that called? ABCs. That's one with the Hadeswap and Parrot tools, experiments with, the SaaS products, that type of stuff. But every so often, if I like art, I'm gonna buy the art, and that's just me. So Sorcies is one that I definitely enjoy. I love the art around this. The brand here, they really focused on it. They really worked on it. The hats, the eyes, it was well done. But now it's game time, and I'm just slowly watching if they're still working on this type of brand project. And it seems all right so far. It doesn't seem like it's hyping. It doesn't seem like it's dying. It just seems okay right now. So am I buying a third one? No, I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to see where this goes, because this is where I pretty much bought it at, and it's still at the same price right now. So I'm just waiting. All right. So in other news, we have Claynosaurz. This is one that I bought the dip, I sold the top, bought the bottom, and it could probably still go down. I'm not gonna lie, but overall, I am quite amazed that this held at 15% listed supply ratio, and it's finally coming down to 9% from last week. So maybe it's gonna get a little jump. Maybe it's gonna go a little bit higher, but the listed supply ratio is actually coming down. So that's the one thing I'm worried about, because I only have one. I was planning on buying 3 somewhere there, and I was planning on buying 3 on the way down. And looks like it might not happen, because this thing looks like the percentage is going lower, and the price seems like it's stabilizing, and it could have that pop-off moment, which frankly I don't care, because I already have one. But I do wish I could have the potential to buy a second or third one. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see where this goes, and see what happens Wednesday when we talk again. All right. So the other thing with Claynosaurz. Oh, so here's the main thing about, actually, I'm glad I didn't skip this. All right. So Claynosaurz, they did a Snapchat, which basically something's coming out. I don't know what is coming out, but they did do their snapshot for people who are holding this project. When that Snapchat, everything, just like, filters out, I'm hoping for it to, slowly roll down in price to a sub 20. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, well, that sucks. But we'll see where that goes from there. All right. So the other thing that I want to talk about is no other than, where was it at? We got brains, zombies, Sorcies, ooze, experiments. Where's Lunar? Oh, where's Lunar? Okay, so Lunar was a project that we discussed before when it was around 4 Solana. Again, if you remember, I bought 2 of them. I sold one about here somewhere, and then bought one again, sold it again. But I was hoping it would come back down, and it's still going up. So we'll see where this goes. I still have one more, and if it does go higher, probably above 15, I'll sell that last one. That's where I will sell my last Lunar. If for some reason it starts going down, which I hope it does, I want to buy like 2 more or 3 more, because my main thing is Lunar New Year. Something's gonna happen with Lunar New Year and this project. It's called freaking Lunar, so there has to be a correlation around here. I talked to Soul Investor. He even said there's got to be a correlation, because HTSO tends to like to do things around holidays. So whatever it is, I hope people are not figuring that out right now, because if they are, then I'm screwed. But if they haven't figured this out yet, great, because this hype will die down eventually before Lunar New Year. Lunar New Year, I don't even know what. Do you know what Lunar New Year is? Because I don't even know what day it is. It was like what, January 10 or something. January 22nd. Okay, so there's still a lot of time for the hype to die down to where it gets quiet. One thing is, when the project gets quiet on Twitter and they're not talking, something's coming. I don't know what it is. Something's coming, or it's a complete rug. But it's one or the other. But if it's a good project and they're not talking, something is coming. That's why I always get with these projects, with the good projects. Or if they're talking a lot, like Frank DeGods, something's coming as well. So it's one or the other. It's either you talk a lot on Twitter, like Frank DeGods and the DeGods team, more than likely that price is going to go up. Or if you're like, let's say OK Bears, and like you barely talk and you're starting to get quiet, something is coming with OK Bears. So it's like, there's like two different ways of like social sentiment on Twitter with projects. So yeah. So on the other news is we still have a lot of green, which it's not as quiet as it was last week, which I'm kind of glad, because now we're finally able to talk about some of these projects that I'm looking at, like ABCs, Anybody's, and now we have Elixir Nectars at 200. I remember when we were looking at this at 60 Solana. Sharx, one project that Soul Investor was talking about on our Value Vibes podcast, when it was like at 4.85, he was just buying massively. Congrats to him on when it went up to 8.90. This one could potentially drop down a lot. By what he said, he really believes that this could drop down a lot after this whole hype dies down. If it does, I don't know if I'm gonna buy any for a while. I'm gonna wait till it really suffocates and dies off, and then from there I'll probably play it off. So definitely something I'm not chasing now. I don't like this. This is the highest of the highest, 65%. If you're getting in here now, it's like complete FOMO, hoping that it goes up to 16, which it probably won't. I don't even see it go past 10. I think it's over. So, and I'm saying over as in like the hype, not like the project. So the project's great. Utes is another project that it's doing well right now. Something I've been holding for a long time. I'm not gonna sell this for a while, but this is definitely one I'm just looking at. Let's see, Elixir Ovals. I'm hoping for this to die down. I think we were talking about this when it was around here. I was hoping for it to go back down to 6. It didn't. It went actually up to 12, and it's finally back down to 10. Maybe if it goes back to 7, 8, I'll probably start buying again at that point, from what I was predicting at 6. So that's the game plan now with Elixir. It's starting to die down, so hopefully it starts coming to the red. Well, it starts becoming my lunch. Degen Fatcast, I'm surprised from it going up to 28. This is one that I used to, kind of like trade around 20 to 14 SOL back in the day, and I sold all of them off. But I'm kind of surprised it went all the way up to 28, 30 Solana. So congrats on them on that. I think it'll probably come back down as well. Soul Army's, there's no way of getting back into this project. I sold off my Soul Army. Let's see. Famous Fox said congrats on them as well. They've gone up to 53%. They hit big with one project we were tracking as well. And overall, Magic Ticket's still slowly going up. This project's one project that I talked about on how it's probably the less riskiest out of every single project in Solana. So it's just slowly goes up with its valuation. Lily. All right, so this project is one I really just want to have. I just want to have because of the art. And the reason is DeGods is leaving Solana. And who's going to be the next big project on Solana? I don't know. More likely Solana Monkey Business. But Solana Monkey Business is more like an art type of project. It's an historical type of project. It's not necessarily something that's being built by this one concentrated person. And I think someone like Bungil could probably have that potential. Have that potential of being the main project on Solana. If Frank does go to Ethereum. So that's what I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find which project could potentially lead the path. And it seems like Bungil might have it. And I want to just buy one just to have it, just in case if something does happen. Because this one person I've been following since 2021 with the Lotus game, and he doesn't disappoint. I mean, he has good reputation in Solana. I don't think it's gonna be a rug, in my opinion. And I want to test this at below 6, also somewhere there. It was somewhere I was saying, and then it didn't happen. So I will probably be glad to buy back at 7 if this does come back to 7, and then play from there. Maybe for the long term, because I really enjoy this art of this project, and I really can't wait what else he's gonna come out with this. So we'll see there on that. Yes, it's in the green. Again, it's very rare for me to get into projects that are in the green, but something like this, I mean, I could probably just probably play it off and just hold it off for a while. So Taiyo Oil is another project. It's in the green, but it hasn't really moved much. I did buy it when it was like at 20 Solana, so it's still around it. It did drop a little bit and it came back to 20, 21 Solana. And again, the main reason is because the Taiyo pilots are coming out, and the Taiyo pilots list is basically complete. It's almost complete, and these guys are going to start hyping the crap out of this project, Taiyo Robotics. And when that happens, it's going to be a huge shift in Taiyo Oil. People don't want to buy scrap because scrap is too expensive, because you need like 275 scrap to get a whatever for the Taiyo pilots. So people are going to try to buy Taiyo Oil because it's a free mint. So I'm going to play it off there. I'm going to sell it probably before the actual mint. So one project, this was the level I still bought it at. So we'll see where this goes. Saga Pass is also one I'm still looking at. I'm waiting for it to go below 3 somewhere there. I mean, it kind of did, and I didn't buy it, but whatever. I'm still waiting. I probably will at some point. There's still a lot of time for Solana phone to come out, so it's nothing to worry about for me. This was one I finally sold. I finally sold my Metaplex when I bought it down here, and I sold it around like 2.80, and I'm hoping for it to come back down again because I do want to buy more. Metaplex, I think they're gonna come out with something with their Metaplex whitepaper. I'm just waiting. Again, we talked about what they just did with their whole creativity royalty solution. So they're building, man. These guys are building. These guys are no joke. And this is definitely one that I like buying and trading because it's volatile. It's kind of easy to follow, and it drops down eventually to back down to 2 or 1.80. So something I'm probably going to buy at that point. And there's not that many either. It's only 993. I mean, and it's at 7% listed supply, which is kind of crazy. So I can't wait to see where this goes in the future, because we've been talking about this one for a long time. I think 2 weeks now. So when that time comes, when this comes out, I want to look back and see where we started off, because I still have one. I'm keeping a longer term and trading one just because I just like trading this one. But overall, that's basically everything I'm looking at right now. There's a lot of green again. I'm hoping for more red to come in because as you know, I love red. What's up, Zircon? What's going on? Shout out to Zircon. He's going live as well. Make sure you join the Value Vibes Discord, and then he'll go live eventually. And check him out on Solana trading as well. But overall, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Any project you want me to talk about, yada yada. And overall, much love, guys. And giving 5 seconds to anyone else that got to reply. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so that's basically everything. Again, comment below, smash the like button. That way I can keep doing this every other day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, around 8 to 8:30 a.m. And again, peace, guys. Love y'all.